Hello, lacrosse friends, and welcome back to the AHM 2023. I'm Stephen Stamp, joined by Jane Lee, and we are underway with a gold group match between Green Gaels and Jižní Město, the local club. Green Gaels coming from Clarington, Ontario, Jižní Město from just across town. And Jane, this is a big game because it determines who will continue in the chase for the championship and who is relegated to down further in the tournament.
So how are they faring at the moment, Stephen?
So far, both have played the Alberta Warriors. Green Gaels lost 5-3 last night. They had some really tough travel issues. Didn't get in until about 1:30 in the morning the night before. We're adjusting, so they lost 5-3. Had a bad first half. They said we were terrible. Second half, they got substantially better. In the Alberta Jižní Město game, went to a shootout. Alberta pulled that one out. So that means Alberta wins the group. Whoever wins this game will be second in the group and will play the first place team from the Silver D group. And we're going to get into who that will be a little bit later. But that game would be at 9:10 tonight, Central European time. The loser plays at 4:10. So a little more rest for whoever wins as well. There's a shot on the run from John McKinney. And the early save. Who's between the pipes? I'm guessing Thomas Czechal for this big game. Yeah, that is Czechal. And at the other end, it is Jack Cardiff. Here comes Jižní Město. Pavel Doshli is the big gun for these guys. He is so dangerous. He's going to set a pick there, a little double screen, but they come back to the far side. And Bambushek tries to hit Samai, can't quite connect. There's the defense coming from Owen Taylor. Doshli, lefty, gets a shot off. We were watching yesterday. He switched to lefty for a while. And Rob Gooch, who called the last game, was asking me before this one, is he going to play righty or lefty today? I'm like, no, he's playing righty. He just does that for a mix-up, and you can see why. There's a nice chance in front. Great pass. But Julian Mosier just stopped by Czechal, who is one of the better goalies in Europe. There's so much depth in the goaltending among this Czech nation.
teams are definitely getting into their rhythm here. The first game's always difficult, isn't it? Especially if you've traveled.
Yeah, I mean, the Gaels really, I know they had a tough time adjusting and just the footing was really tricky for them. And I was talking to Cam Milligan, one of their star forwards. He's over along the far boards, number 95. I said, footing better today. And they said, yeah, here he goes with a shot. Just a little wide, almost put back in by Justin Bragg. Nice job by Plahashek to get there and take away that opportunity. That's going to be a crease violation. But he was saying it's so much better today. And they haven't had time to go shopping and get shoes. Apparently, some of the teams are staying in a hotel that's right by a mall, or there's a mall like in the complex or whatever. So some of them I know have gone and got shoes, especially teams that were playing earlier and were like sliding all over the place. But this sun that we're seeing as McKinney slides.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's getting better, but it is. The game I did earlier today, there was only a couple of times where players really slid around. So
yeah, I think we were the first one on the field today, and it was feeling pretty dry at that point. So
the London Knights? Or who were you with?
Hellingar.
Oh, Hellingar, you were playing this morning. How'd it go? Never mind.
Let's not talk about that right now.
If you want to find out how it went this morning, you can go and look at ahmemorial.cz and see all the scores. I thought you played quite well yesterday.
Thank you very much.
How'd you feel?
Yeah, pretty good. A bit stiff.
I bet. You played a lot of lacrosse in the last week. Oh, speaking of stiff, Bryce Tolmie takes a shot right off the foot. You see the little hop there. He was waiting until none of the Czech players were looking. He was sensational yesterday. Scored a goal late that was just rewards for an outstanding two-way game. And here's Doschley going to the net. Nice two-man defense, double-team defense there from Taylor and John Weller. Then Ben McDonald picks that one up. And if you were watching the Gaels game yesterday, I had the internal debate of whether it was McDonald or McDonnell, because I heard him called McDonnell during games last year on other broadcasts. So I went and checked, and he said, oh, it doesn't matter. I'm like, no, I want to know what it actually is. So he said, yeah, McDonald, but whatever. So Ben McDonald it is, and he is a rising young prospect in the game. Solid defender. Speaking of solid, Doschley, what a move. That rises beyond solid to spectacular. Great play, Doschley, for the first goal of the game. I was wondering what you were pointing at there, but the replay's up on the screen now. And here's the nice behind the net view. Look at the body and stick control and the vision as Doschley sees the slide coming and adjusts accordingly, is still able to find the spot he wants. That is the danger for the Green Gaels, is that he is so dangerous, and he will make solid use of his teammates. He's like a football center forward who's primarily a scorer but can facilitate when he sees that's the way to go. Here's Justin Bragg, gets it across. Almost gets the pass back from Cole Hanrahan. Or sorry, that was from Darren Elliott. But it's turned over, and here's Vermelka. Vermelka on the run before anyone can get to him. Bounces one.
It's a very well-played shot, that's what that was.
You can see how excited Jižní Město is. This tournament means a lot to these Czech teams. I mean, it means a lot to the teams visiting who have traveled around the world, but for Jižní Město, who play regularly in the Czech league and the NBLL, it takes on some added significance so they can show everyone around the world it's not just Custodes here. There's Doschley unable to take the pass. Tolmie on the break. He's got a man with him. Beckett is going to peel off, and Tolmie will just pull up and wait for the offense to come out. He'll probably stay for the offensive shift. It might not be long because they've got a chance to shoot right away. Milligan scores! Yes, it hit the inside of the leg pad, was bouncing through, and just gets over the line. That's a big goal for Green Gaels to get back in within one.
Just managed to take advantage of some of the defenders just ball watching a little bit there. Just great vision from the Gaels.
Nice pass to Milligan, open, and penalty coming now. Jakim Plahashek. He's had a solid tournament so far for Město, but he's going off for a minute for roughing, so big advantage as we're halfway through the first half. And Cam Milligan is going to be at the top as they go strong right. Milligan works his way in, quickly over to Cole Hanrahan. Hanrahan, who plays in the Arena Lacrosse League. I'd have to double check. I believe with the Brampton Express, I think they picked him up this year. Cam Milligan and Cole Hanrahan, both part of the Trent University team that's been very competitive in the Canadian University Field Lacrosse Association. And Hanrahan last year helped them win the Piscataway Cup Championship. Big year for Trent. Tolmie comes out on Doschley. And all eyes are on number 10 in white. We got lots of time. Oh, the ball's loose, though. McDonald almost had it. It's scooped up there by Will Carndiff. And if you're wondering, if you see the rosters with, or hear us talk about Brendan McDonald, number 22, and Ben McDonald, number 7, they're not related. Their names are spelled differently. Ben McDonald is with an MAC, and Brendan McDonald is an MC. It's not even really that close, right?
No.
So another Jižní Město penalty. They're trying to play a physical game, which is important, but they're going to take a penalty, and that is Mikhail Shamai. So Green Gaels looking to take advantage. Milligan, the goal scorer, rips one again. That one's wide. He loves that sweeping shot. Looked like Ryan Langle was trying to tuck one home there. Czechs with 27 left on the penalty. Better than an 11-second difference between shot clock and penalty clock. So they can kill most of it. Race the ball to that bounce off the boards, won by Jižní Město. There's only a couple seconds left. So Owen Taylor will wait and then pick it up, and then did that get checked out?
Yeah.
He didn't throw a pass there, did he, to nobody? Maybe he was trying to hit the BM construction sign in the corner. I don't know. Here's Fischer. Solid checking from John Weller. Plahashek along the boards, whips one that gets deflected. A few seconds left on the shot clock. Jižní Město gets it. They've got a chance. They get the shot on. And Carndiff, a little shove to Plahashek, who dived into his crease. Would have been no goal anyway because he was trying to just poke it in. I don't know why guys even do that, to be honest.
Surely they know better
than
to poke it in.
I mean, you dive in, try to poke it. Well, you know what?
Work
actually,
out.
You know the thing? He was actually diving. He did have the stick, at least the face open. There's Milligan with his second goal. I told him before the game I've been talking about what a good shooter and passer is. So I said, so if you could do something in this game so I don't look stupid, that'd be handy. He's like, let's see what I can do. So he helped me out there. Two, and look at that. Here is the silky mitts of Cam Milligan. Oh, very close to the crease with that left foot. Not sure of the timing. But it's a goal, and it is 2-all.
Another penalty coming.
Penalty coming to Green Gaels now. And they are swarming the Jižní Město player to try to get the possession back, and it is going to be, I think it's Tyler Grandel. Ball up and out of play, and that's going to eat up a bit of time on this power play. Still lots of time, though. Full possession for Jižní Město. Basically, power plays are one possession opportunities now with the 1 minute running time, right? I mean, you use your 30, and then unless you get it back right away, the other team can kill it. Nice wheels by Weller, taking off. He's got McDonald with him. He's going to shoot himself. Nice check. Pavel Doschley, the scoring star, races back in transition defense and knocks that shot away. just hit the stick so it doesn't go out off of him, so it becomes a Jižní Město ball, and they actually get another possession after I just said it's a one-possession power play. Here's Dushley. Told me out on him. Oh, just a little bit of that by Carndiff, then off the post and up out of play. It'll be a fresh 30. 3 seconds on the power play. 2-1. They're not going to shoot at this point and risk a break. Oh, yes, they are. That was a risky decision to shoot as Beckett was just stepping out of the box. If that rebound had popped a different way, that was a breakaway waiting to happen. Speaking of breakaways, told me ahead. The nice pass. Finish. That's exactly where he put his goal yesterday. On a not a similar, he ran yesterday and had to make a cut himself. This time, perfect pass up by Shane Bachman. We'll go Bachman, like Bachman turnover overdrive. Which is actually, I think, Bachman turnover drive now that I think about it. Sorry, you talking about the goal. BTO doesn't matter.
I thought, I don't know whether they're just getting a bit slow coming off to the bench, considering that they have a short bench. They've kind of given away 2 breakaway goals, I think. I think 1 from each, maybe.
Yeah.
So
well, I mean, it is in this first half. You know, when your bench is near your goalie, your offense has to be aware, right, to get off. So that, because it is easier for the team near their goalie to get somebody off the floor or just take off. So usually Město needs to have a high man get to the bench and avoid those breaks, because the Gaels will run and they will hurt you, as we've seen. Ripped from the outside by Plahacek. Comes out, scooped up there by Justin Bragg. Bragg pushes Peter Timberman. He's got Milligan with him. Can he have the hat trick? Yes, sir. Very similar play with the hard fakes and then just up and over as he gets Chikel dropping, and the Green Gaels are on a roll.
We had numbers again here. They were both ahead. Again, just 2v1.
Yeah, a bunch of Arena League players on this Green Gaels club. Cole Hanrahan with the Peter Timberman, as is Justin Bragg. I think we have a cross-checking penalty to Bryce Tolmie. And he says, but ma'am, that's not a cross-check. And she says, I disagree. We reach halftime, so Jižní Město trailing 4-2 will open the second half with a man advantage for a minute, and that will be huge for them to try to stem the momentum that has been built up here by the Green Gaels. What do you think about that, Jane?
Yeah, I think they're playing well. I think the Green Gaels are really hot on the rebounds and just really taking advantage of that. If the O guys aren't ready from the Czechs to get off that field quickly, that's where they've just had 2 very quick goals conceded off those quick rebounds and quick breakaways. So, and now they've got a long bench. They're really going to have to be on top of what time is on the shot clock and getting off the bench so that they can get the right guys on.
Coach does give them an opportunity to push their transition game as well.
That's true.
So we'll see how it goes. Jižní Město not really quite as much of a running team probably as the Gaels. Although, I mean, the 3 goals by Cam Milligan, well, 2 of them have come in transition when he's coming off the bench. Nice finishes. It's funny because Cam Milligan, I think, is a very dangerous long-range shooter, but his 3 goals have come from a combined total of about a foot away from the crease. In fact, that one as he shoots and he goes in, his knees are getting very close going into the crease on that first one. I mean, he's all around it. You can see on this one how close his toes are. When does the ball get in? When's the toe land? I think it's good.
Yeah.
It's close though, right?
Yeah, there have been some close goals and keepers doing really well to get a tip on it, but just some been a bit unlucky and just gone backwards or hit the pipe after hitting the keeper and then gone in. So keepers are doing great jobs, but some slipping by.
I think to this point in the tournament, Bryce Tolmie might be the best D-transition player I've seen so far. There's some others. Nick Krywolt's been very good for Alberta. I think David Beckman, Martin Hodania for the Czechs is so solid. Such a veteran presence. Bunch of guys. You have to look at Nova Scotia, and they've had a bunch of guys playing well. They're such a good team effort. We have somebody from the Belgian Axeman, I believe, with the checkered, the lumberjack jacket.
I'm just generally in awe for every game actually here. So it's just
cool.
Amazing talent and skill to see, especially from our perspectives where we haven't played a huge amount of box. This is just amazing to see. Every match has been
I think the thing
every little bit.
I think the thing European players can take from it is, you know, they were valid build, but valid build. But look at those legs, just flying along. I'm fairly sure I'd hurt myself if I ever somehow got moving that quick. You're pretty fast.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Really?
All right.
Yeah. You're faster than I am.
For my age, I'm fast.
A low bar. You're also a lot younger than I am.
Would I like to run into you, though?
No. I'd basically just stand there and let you bounce off. To be fair, in terms of speed, I was never fast. I was actually better at distance. I ran a half marathon.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, 143 was my time. I was doing okay. We're slipping along at 450 kilometers. But,
can't have it all, can you?
No. And I could do that. I mean, I could run at 5-minute kilometers back in the day for when I was in my early 30s for hours. But if I wanted to go to 4-minute kilometers, oh, what a play! Speaking of speed, Tom Yakimchuk. That is a beauty to turn the tide again. That is a bit of speed by the Jižní Město. And what a finish by Yakimchuk.
Super confident going in right to the goal.
Nice move at the finish, and I think probably that Doug Louie and Joe Hiltz and Jason Wismer, the coaches for the Green Gaels, may be pointing out to Julian Mosier not to try just sticking the stick in there and just give him a good cross check. Milligan with his fourth. That's a quick response. The Gaels are determined to hold on to this lead.
Yeah, that last goal from the Czechs didn't really seem to have bothered them. They looked very composed on this one.
It's a nice composed play by McDonald.
It's a righty goal from the wrong side too.
Yeah, you can see he's just slipping in off the bench.
Yeah.
No time to get over there, so and comes near pipe. Ben Lavallee left the ball behind. We've seen a fair bit of Ben Lavallee, big body. I like the way he glides on the floor. Some pretty positive stuff happening when he's out there. Here's Petrak. Backdoor pass. Quality shot opportunity for Fischer, but it gets blocked. Tolmie comes up with it, and he is off to the races. Different spot, same result. Goal in transition, Bryce Tolmie. And meanwhile, Tobias Petrak is standing at the bench thinking, why did I just walk to the bench instead of checking him?
I think there was miscommunication there because he was looking like he was talking to someone on the bench to go, and they just weren't ready.
We mentioned Tolmie's had 2 goals in the top left corner. Goes to the farthest spot away from that he can. Oh, that's a beauty. Tolmie continues to add to his young AHM resume. McDonald strips the ball, but it's scooped back up by Yakimchuk, the last goal scorer for Jižní Město. But then Gaels all over it. Bragg comes away with it. It was a 3-on-2, but McKinney realized it wasn't a great opportunity. He went to the bench to get the forwards out. Now they have the man off the bench, Langell. That one didn't get through. Bragg still battling for it. He winds up down on the turf. Milligan, the hot hand with 4 goals. Looking for a long distance effort to make it 5. That's a whip from Darren Elliott from in tight, but it gets off the Jižní Město player. And the 30 will expire. Here comes Jižní Město trailing by 4. And definitely the momentum against them. There's a save by Carndiff. Ball swatted out, goes to Doschley. That's a good occurrence for Město, but he gets stripped, he gets it back, makes the handoff. And you can see the Gaels know where the danger is in the Jižní Město offense. Doschley getting a healthy dose of respect and attention. Well, Carndiff gets pushed into boards from behind. There'll be a loose ball push. No penalty. It doesn't rise to that level, but definitely the correct call to award possession. And here comes Will Carndiff the other way. Less than 10 to play. Again, the winner of this game goes to the play-in 4 game at 9 p.m. tonight. Double check. I forgot who it was they play. We'll look at that in a minute. It's Petrak coming in. He's got a man with him. He's going to shoot instead. The save by Carndiff. He reels in his own rebound.
That was a nice attempt. They had good numbers there. So
I was thinking the pass might have been there. Nice hustle back by Yakimchuk, who's having a really good game. Hands it off to Bambushek. Fischer, I thought he had a shot. The lane was definitely disappearing with Tolmie and McKinney there. Oh, they tried to hit Shemai out front. It's a little bit of an awkward lane. Couldn't quite get there. And here's Tolmie looking for another. Decided to change it up again, go 5-hole, and that one didn't work out. Maybe should have gone top right. Still got a couple corners to use.
Do you see that net, the space in the net up that corner?
Yeah.
But you know what? The Gaels are so good on these loose balls.
They're gritty. It's kind of a team, honestly, it's a Gaels mantra or a Gaels trait. There's a nice pass through the middle. The shot by Elliott turned aside, but that's tenacity, grit, going after those loose balls. That's what they pride themselves on. A lot of skill, a lot of talent too, but they love to knock the ball loose, pick it up, and get going. Jakob Koch comes away with it, and there's a penalty. Oh, it will be negated by the Doschley rip from the outside. Gaels gave him a bit of space and rue that they did. So the winner of this game is going to finish second in Gold Group B. They will play the first place team in the Silver Division, Silver D. And that is a fascinating one that we'll get to in a moment as Jižní Město pushing the pace up the floor. Petrak with it. Got nobody with them for now, and they're starting to come out. Everybody's picked up. It's good defense, picking up players out, coming off the bench by the Green Gaels. Plahashek gets some space. That's a pretty good shot. Cardiff had to be alert. This time it's Jižní Město going out and popping onto that loose ball. Petrak has it. Oh, it's tipped away. McDonald almost sent himself off. Now he taps it ahead. Petrak gets it at center. Sidearm shot. Cardiff has it. Nice job covering it up because Doschley was there scraping for the rebound. And here come the Gaels. So the thing with the Silver D1, right now the Flying Dutchmen are in first. They've played 2 games. They have an overtime win and an overtime loss. That gives them 3 points. You get 2 for an overtime win, 1 for an overtime loss, 3 for a regular win. The Canada Selects won in overtime. They have 2 points. The Moon Bears lost in overtime. They have 1 point. So when Canada Selects and Moon Bears play, ripped by Milligan, looking for 5. Bragg trying to dump it back in. That's going to get up out of play, and Jižní Město gets it. But when they play, if Moon Bears win in a shootout this afternoon, we have a 3-way tie for first, and everybody would have to have equal goals for and goals against. I don't know what the tiebreaker is.
Yeah.
Coin toss?
Maybe.
I don't know.
They usually have some weird...
Face-off competition? Probably goals against. Maybe it's goals for. I have no idea. To be honest, I'm just speculating. We'll have to check with the tournament directorate because that's going to be a fascinating one. I'm almost pulling for that to happen, for Moon Bears to win that in a shootout, just so we can see.
I think they have some weird formula or something that they go to, I think.
They have to have something.
Yeah.
Names in a hat? It could be. They have all the balls they put in the drum for the... How do they do the draw for the... I'm trying to remember.
I think
it's in a hat with the names? Yeah. Maybe they do that.
Balls from a bucket, I think it was.
Yeah. And they have some of the Ants players come and do the draws, which I think is pretty fun.
Yeah.
Here's Plahacek. Whoa, that was well off target. John McKinney says, I was standing 6 feet wide of the net. How did you hit me? Whatever. I'll take the ball and run up. Leaves it there for Darren Elliott. Hanrahan does play with it. Peter Timberman. Oh, that was close to a hold as Vemelka was gone. Now it's going to be a 2-on-0. Can Coast get there in time? Pass it. There you go. Oh, you got to make it sharper. What a glorious chance, and they just couldn't use it. I really think that Langle kind of grabbed on to Vemelka as he was taking off, and easily could have been a penalty, and could have actually been a penalty shot because that was a breakaway about to happen. I guess he didn't have a breakaway yet, so he stopped the breakaway. So I don't know. I think I would have. I might have called it. Here's Brandon McDonald. Gets it back from Milligan. They've got Bragg behind the net. A little fake. McDonald shoots. It gets blocked out front. Milligan lurking, but it's scooped up there by Martin Bartushka, who's coming to play net for the Jižní Město in the second half. And we're going to send a couple of players. It'll be Bragg and Lavalley. Lavalley's trying to go to the Gaels penalty bench. He's trying to look innocent. I don't even know which penalty box to go to.
There haven't been too many in this game.
She slashes both ways, and Justin Bragg gives him a smile. Justin Bragg likes to smile at people, and it can be very annoying if you're an opponent. He's a good dude, a really nice guy, but boy, if he just sits there and grins at you after you've taken matching slashing penalties, it's probably worse than if he was dropping some F-bombs on you, as many a player would be. Oh, nice move, Plahacek. That Yakim Plahacek just steps out and around, creates a little screen, lets the eyes of his stick find his spot.
The sticks have eyes, as we all know.
Yep, look at that. That is a beauty. He is rightly and justifiably excited about that one. That's a beautiful goal. In off the post. Nice job. And it's 7-5 with 3 minutes to go. Jižní Město has not given up on this. We knew they wouldn't. There's a shot. It's a little bit wide. Nice job by Petrak. Should control it. Goes to the net. That's close to holding as well. The Gaels are kind of back on their heels a little bit, but Tolmy's going to come up with that ball. Boy, it looked like they were running away, and the breakaways and the goals just looked like they were adding on. Now they need every goal they've got there. Brandon McFarland got up there, got that ball. Winds up getting stripped, though, with the double team. And here comes Jižní Město. Vermelka finds him out off the bench on his offside. Plahacek, who had that last goal, is going to get away from him, but Fischer is there. Is there to get it. There's Doschley with the little lefty ploy. He's going to get over and switch to right now. Maybe he's not. He's a way better shooter righty. I mean, I get wanting to have the balance. I'd just keep him on his right side and go for righties if you have to. He's just deadly when he's a righty, and he's just a player right on the left.
Yeah.
Nice hustle by Hanrahan to get in and scoop up that loose ball. 2-goal game coming up to the final minute and a half. Hanrahan to the top to set up. Milligan taking his time. He's just directing everyone to spread out a bit. Gets the ball over. They got 12 to shoot. Loose ball push on Jižní Město, and that is a kind of a worst case scenario because you give the Green Gaels another 30 seconds to kill off. Now there's a penalty coming. And that's not a great decision by Cole Hanrahan.
No, with only 3 possession clocks left.
Yeah. Oh, it's a 3-minute major for high sticking to Cole Hanrahan. Wow, so with 1:21 left, Jižní Město with a golden opportunity to tie it up. It's just, I don't know. I just caught a bit of it there on the replay. It's not like a flagrant, massive foul, but it's a high stick. It's a penalty, and it's a major. I mean, you just can't do it. I get it. You're frustrated as the game builds. That's a 4-second count. Cardiff thought about just flinging the ball down the floor. Probably should have. Now, Jižní Město has a fresh 30. There, it gets away from Plahacek. That could be big. It bounces past Bragg, though. Fischer gets it. Doschley, he is going righty, even though he's on the other side. But that one's grabbed by Cardiff. It's in his gear. McDonald, 51 seconds. Milligan gets it. Oh, it bounces away. Fischer has it. Bragg will push. Good forecheck pressure. Slowed him down coming up. Now Doschley has it. Shot saved by Cardiff. 36 seconds. He's just going to fling it down the floor to the man coming off the bench. Nice grab. Brandon McDonald. They're going into big-time penalty kill mode. Or are they? I think McFarland wants a goal. Probably should have just run around with it. I think that was a mistake. We'll see if it comes back to haunt them. Doschley shoots, save. He gets it almost back. Plahacek misses the far side. He had a little more time than he thought.
Yeah, just 10 seconds there.
Urgency is important, but you can't panic. And that's going to be it. Tolmy is just going to run it out. The ball in the stick of one of the best players in the tournament. Bryce told me will let the final seconds tick away. It's going to be 7-5 Green Gaels. Quite a game, Jane.
It was. It was. A couple of those breakaways, I think, were the deciding factor in that game.
Yeah, good point. Tolmie with a pair of breakaway goals. Milligan finishing on bench transition a couple times, and John Weller with the breakaway goal as well. There's your difference. So the final score is 7-5. Again, that will move the Green Gaels into second in Gold Group B, and they will play at 9-10 tonight against the winner of D1, which we have no idea at this point whether that's going to be the Flying Dutchman, Canada Selects, or Moon Bears. They'll be favored against whichever of those teams comes through, but none of them will be an easy touch. I mean, you're looking at a Canada Selects team with Jeff Schattler, former National Lacrosse League MVP, the Flying Dutchman, with all kinds of talent, and if it comes down to the shootout, Neil Powless is their secret weapon. And the Moon Bears, just always a team that kind of surprises because they just put together a bunch of smart lacrosse players who kind of play above what we think is their heads, but they know they can compete. The losing Jižní Město will go on to play in game 6, and that is going to be at, I gotta switch over to the schedule here. When will that one be? Playing game 6 is